Hi friends, it's Keegan, and I'm just making a quick video to reflect on my recent adventure to Mount Chimaera here in southern Turkey. It's a place where fire has been coming out of the earth continually for 2,500 years, so they call it the eternal flames of Mount Chimaera, and it's a beautiful visit. It's a beautiful, like a special energy of this just fire on the mountainside. Fire on the mountain, you know what I mean? And the Chimera, the name, is after this Greek mythology of a creature that is part dragon, so there's the fire connection, and it's also part lion and part goat. And so this creature represents chaos, destruction, like a lot of the monsters from mythology represent, but also potentially envy. There's a story that there's a woman who loves someone and he does not love her in return, and she tells her father. She's so bummed out about it, and her father summons the Chimera to destroy this man who refuses to love his daughter. and it happens, and then the creature goes on to keep destroying until finally the hero Bellerophon comes and destroys the monster. Now, I found out about this mythology from a modern mythology known as Mission Impossible 2. And in that movie, the Chimera was a bioweapon created in a lab, this disease, and Bellerophon was the name of the cure. And so they had this evil scheme to hold the world hostage or something, that they would release the bioweapon unless they were paid a massive amount of money or something like that. And I was looking up the dictionary definition of this chimera, and one of the definitions is actually it's like a mission impossible. It's this unattainable desire. So it's like this woman that loves someone, but he doesn't love her in return. So it's interesting, the comparison there. And I find it very telling. Again, in a recent article I explored the example sentence that is given by the dictionary. Like, I'm doing a Google search, and I think it was Oxford English Dictionary that gives the result, and it gives an example sentence for a definition of the word I'm looking up. And so the example sentence for the definition of chimera, which has to do with a mission impossible, an impossible dream, is that here's the sentence: your economic sovereignty is a chimera. Something like that. Like, or I think it was, your claim to economic sovereignty is a chimera. And I was like, that's like, who's writing these? Like, somebody who is trying to control us economically. And in case you don't see that happening in the world large scale, wake up, because that's what's happening. We're being controlled economically. I saw a great little meme from the Thrive movement. I don't know if they created it, but they had a meme on their newsletter. This is the Thrive documentaries. I highly recommend Thrive 1 and 2. Wonderful documentaries talking about the shape and form of universal energy, how it flows, and then going into the economics and like the control. And this meme that they showed on their newsletter was somebody drowning in debt. No, they were drowning in fear, and well, debt is a big part of that fear. But the fear was represented as the coming out of the television in looks like vomit. Just like the television was like vomiting fear, onto somebody, they were drowning in it and reaching for a life preserver that was being dangled on a rope, and the life preserver says slavery. And that was quite well depicted, this economic control that happens, and it has been happening for many, many years. And it's the media making fear, it's war mongering making fear. War is our economic driver, for the big wealth and the big bankers. Bankers are funding wars to create this dynamic of us being afraid and disempowered, and feeling like our only option is to work as employees, or work based on what we're taught, which is in the public school system. We're taught to basically just follow authority, right? To do what the status quo is commanding of us. And I reject that. I've rejected that my whole life. Instead of going to college to get indoctrinated with this. Well, I went to college, but then I dropped out. But I just have been traveling the world. I've been doing a lot of voluntary exchange, and I think this voluntary idea is really the key to freedom here. This voluntary association, direct economic exchange. This is our economic sovereignty, and it's quite the opposite, in my opinion, of what this dictionary definition and example sentence is saying. That our pipe dream, our chimera, our mission impossible is to have economic sovereignty. I think that's an inevitability, actually. Because of the spirit that's within us, within the people like me and people like you, I would hope. And the actual pipe dream is this concept of taking that away from us. This move towards central bank digital currencies, and we're it's being carried out in China. Now they have the social credit system and the government-controlled currency that people are losing their ability to exchange with it, and even to travel places. If they don't have a good social credit score. And so this is I think that obviously that's like the testing ground for what is wanting to what the powers that wish they were are trying to do globally. But that to me is just ridiculous. From what I've seen traveling around the world and being involved with this amazing creative people everywhere, and their just passion for life and connection and helping our fellow mankind, we're gonna find a way, with all certainty, we're gonna find a way to transcend any top-down government control. That's my belief, and that's my manifestation, statement, and whole mission. The mission highly probable, in my opinion. So that's just a quick reflection about these concepts. We are the hero. You are the hero. You are the shiro, if you're a woman. And I'm so grateful that you are watching, and I hope this inspires you or makes you think a bit. Many blessings.